Morning, beautiful people. Hoping this message finds you well and safe. I was thinking about something based on a few experiences that have happened recently, whatever recently means to you. So I humbly submit to you. I have spoken to thousands, tens of thousands of people over the last decade or so. And every once in a while, it's important to circle back and offer some clarity. So, brevity, be brief, be clear, be gone. I have said to all of you, I do not argue with people. And you look at me like I'm crazy. I say to everybody, if you have heard me speak in the last 5-6 years, you have heard me say to you, it's been years since I argued with someone. But let me offer some context. So, I'm always out here in the woods, and I'm thinking about the deer I never see, the bear I never see, that fish you never see. I would offer to you, using your critical thinking skills, however you define fear and scared and hypersensitive, I am all of those. I am all of those. So for simple purposes, let's think about that deer for a second. There's a deer out there that every time a twig snaps, it just don't sound right. It has a decision to make. Do I run at the sound? Do I stand here and wait? Or do I just go about my business and go the other way? Every time it happens. Every season, when human beings are on that hunting stuff, this deer knows I have a decision to make. I could run at the hunters to prove you can't catch me. I could sit here where I'm at and wait for you to find me. Or I could just go about my business and go the other way. I think about that. Let's think about that fish for a minute. I have never seen a fish mounted on a wall with his mouth closed. There was a worm dangling in the middle of nowhere, and that fish had a decision to make. It could go toward the worm floating in the middle of the lake because it's too easy, right? It could sit there and wait for these fisher people to use their radar to get closer to me. Or you know what? I could just retreat to deeper waters and go about my business. When I say to you, I do not argue with people, it's because I have nothing to prove to the person who wants to argue with me. But where I think some people are overshooting the target is they think I would be comfortable getting cornered or trapped, or like I'm just gonna lay there and be hunted, right? This is not that gangster kind of video. What I am offering to you for your peace and sanity is the toughest person in the room is the most hypersensitive person in the room. The most successful person in the room is the person that is most afraid of stuff. I do not set out every day to be the most successful person you know. I have said it a number of times. I think positivity as a source of motivation is overrated. That is rooted in my experience. What motivates me is to never go to bed hungry again. That is more motivation for me. I am afraid of going to bed hungry. I am afraid of somebody knocking on my door and telling my kids that their dad is gone. I am afraid, super fearful of, in order to prove how tough I am to you, I put myself in a position to hurt people I care about. That's it. So I'm circling back to clarify that. Professionally, if somebody accuses you of being scared, how about this? Start with where they are. Okay, I am scared. Now, if we have to have this conversation, I'm interested in understanding what is it I've done or how I show up that led you to believe me being scared is the truth. Let's talk about that. I'm not going to argue with you about whether or not I'm scared. I'm interested in understanding how you arrived at that. So, for your own sanity, family, reframe what it means to be scared, reframe what it means to be fearful, and reframe what it means to be hypersensitive. I am all of the above. And as a result of being that, I'm the trophy deep in the woods. If you want to corner me, you're going to have to inconvenience yourself all kind of ways to get to me. And if you want it that bad, still don't think you're just going to run up on me. Okay? So, with that, I hope you're taking something out of that. When I tell you I do not argue with people, it does not mean I'm recommending you get run over. I'm just recommending you think about your priorities and what matters most to you. So with that, I do hope this morning, or whenever you're watching this, finds you safe and healthy and patient and diligent. I hope it finds you fearful and scared and hypersensitive to the things that matter. And of course, I hope it finds you thinking. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll see you next time.